Now, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon met with Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the APEC summit over the weekend. And it was a public display for what Luxon has called a personal conversation with one of our biggest trading partner, but also most complex diplomatic allies. Joining us to discuss what it all means is China expert and University of Canterbury Professor Anne-Marie Brady. Kia ora, Anne-Marie.
Kia ora.
We heard there, that it was a brief, informal meeting, and that the PM said he wanted to make sure we are still on the President's radar. Are we on his radar?
Well, I think we might be a little bit of a burr in the saddle after detaining a Chinese spy at Auckland Airport. So New Zealand government will want to show that we still have a friendly relationship with China at the moment, and we can engage on lots of positive things. Also, that meeting wasn't specifically, the meeting that Luxon was to attend, the APEC meeting, wasn't specifically about China, it was about diversifying our trade. So being able to have just a friendly visit to an important trading partner, even just to check in, was a sensible diplomatic move.
Well, and speaking of the diplomacy of it all, we kind of have been walking this tightrope between the US as our second biggest trading partner and China as our largest, while the two of them were at loggerheads. Are we managing that balance appropriately?
That's a very tired cliche that I'd like to retire. I don't think we walk a tightrope between the US and China, not at all. We have different relationships with them, and we have a very close relationship with the US, but of course things are difficult for every country with the US because of their tariffs and some very changed behaviour under the Trump administration. They're also very difficult with China. At the same time, there's things we can work on. So New Zealand has its own relationship with both countries and manages them separately, not side by side. It's not like the Cold War era where we wouldn't do anything without consultation with the US on regard to our relationship with China. We've got an independent foreign policy, and we move carefully and astutely with our relations with each one, dealing with a really difficult global environment where the great powers have returned to might is right type behaviour, which is really challenging for a small state where we rely on the rules-based international order.
Okay, retiring that cliche as of now. What then do you make of the meeting between Trump and Xi? Was that a positive development?
Yeah, I was watching the body language, and Xi Jinping was really holding himself in and not giving out much. And then Trump was very effusive, and he's putting his hand forward. Xi is often quite reserved in those formal settings of meeting leaders. But it seems like they've got a temporary agreement, working agreement. I'm here at the Koru Lounge, and my light's just gone off in my temporary studio. I'm back on again.
We so appreciate you talking to us. I believe it might have even been from the showers at the Koru Club. So
yes.
We really appreciate your time and your analysis, and we'll let you go before you end up in the dark. That is Professor Anne-Marie Brady, Canterbury University.